Hello YouTube. Well, it's time to try to pimp out my frequency counter. Now, if you watched my other video about this frequency counter, I picked this frequency counter up on eBay. It's an HP 53131A. I got a really good price for it. It's missing some options I wanted. And so my idea was to buy a cheaper meter and then add what I wanted into it. And the reasons for this is, one, most of these frequency meters that had everything I wanted, really good screen, great condition, not all scratched up and etched into or beat up, high stability oscillator, clean screen, all that. They were running somewhere around $750, $800, which I didn't want to pay. Well, I picked this thing up for about 200 bucks, and I'm out to see if I can spend a couple hundred more on it and make it equivalent of a $750, $800 meter I've been looking at to get me what I want for less money. The other thing is I wanted to put the LED update that's available for these, which we're going to do today, to make it look brighter, easier to read, and never have to worry about the VFD. That's my goal. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff over here to do this meter, and we're going to start with the very first one. And the first thing we have is going to be the LED display. So we've got a nice LED display to replace the VFD with. We're going to jump in that, tear this thing apart, get started on the first step, and we're just going to go as far as we can until I need to stop. And whatever's left, we'll make another video. Probably going to be multiple videos. We've got a lot we're going to do. We're going to put a new display in it. We're going to polish up the plastic, clean everything up, clean all the keys and everything. Then we're going to also add the 3 gigahertz option into it. We're going to add a aftermarket high stability oscillator in, which is actually a little better than the 010 option that came in these. We're going to replace the noisy fan with a ultra quiet nocturne. Comes with a really nice set of instructions, the kit, including removing the front benzel and removing the display board. Really nice when these people make these things and then do very nice instructions. I'm a big fan of that. So let's get this thing apart. First, we're going to spin her around here. And we're going to take, that's the other thing, it's got the 3D printed black replacement on the back, cover on the back. That's getting changed. We're also going to put a new set of bumpers and handle on it. So when I'm done with this, hopefully this is going to be a really nice meter, and I won't have but about maybe $400 in it all up. All right, so we need to flip this over, and you'll see there is a screw right here we're going to remove, another Torex. And once we get that off, then we're going to be ready to slide this case off. And this will get put over here to get cleaned. So inside looks really nice. Yeah, looks very nice. I'm going to blow it all out with my turbo fan when the time comes. So let's see if we can get this front cover off. Let's go ahead and follow his instructions. Move the handle. Done. Don't need to worry about that. Don't have one for it. I do have new ones for it, but rubber bumper, didn't have that. Disconnect the front benzol, which is actually from J6 of the motherboard. Okay, let's go over here and find we need to get this cable off. Okay. So the ribbon cable's loose. We've got to get these nuts off. I might have to go get a socket for that. Let's just see how tight they are. They're not bad. Wasn't bad at all. Remove the 2 hex screws located on the sides. Okay, so what we've got is one here. the same as the one from the, to take the metal shell off. So I don't have to worry about, oh, which one's which. Okay. Loosen the screw shown in figure that helps secure A1 motherboard. So what we've done is we've removed these screws here. We took these nuts. I didn't have one because I don't have that option. Got the cable loose. And then they're wanting us to loosen the screw H1. So H1 is right here. They want H1 loose. And it's kind of tight. They don't want you to take it out. They want you to loosen it. Makes step 9 easier. Remove the front bezel by pushing inward on the sides of the chassis. So I guess that helps you push in on the chassis. All right, there we are. Now, we'll set this to the side. Okay, we're done with getting that off. Now we've got some separate instructions for removing the A2 display board and the keypad. It says the display board is held by 5 tabs, 2 on top, 3 on bottom, which are part of the front bezel. Okay. Pull up on the top portion of the front bezel until the top portion of the board comes free. We'll do our very best to do this. I'm thinking maybe a screwdriver might be a good idea. Let's see if I can't. Need smaller screwdriver. Give me this guy right here. Okay, says, see something broke right here already. That's broke. Something I need to fix. There, she popped up. All right. I think I'm going to adjust this camera out a little bit more for you guys so I keep you in the view more. I'm not wanting to break anything, but I got to get them out of there. We're getting there. One more holding me in, I think. There. Now, this broke piece down here. I want to make sure he gets fixed. Don't want to break him. Do not want to break that off. So I'm a little trying to figure out if I can get this out without messing with it yet. Yep. Okay, so there's our board. The rubber membranes up there. Okay, so let's press down on these and push to get the plastic piece out. There, pop that one up. I think I got her. There we are. So we are ready to move on to this. Okay, I kind of scanned through this. So remove the old components. there's a couple metal support brackets that you got to desolder along with. So we've got to get these 4 desoldered. Then we have to get all of these desoldered. All the pins to display. So that's going to be a little bit. I'll probably time lapse that to speed things up. So let me go ahead and pause here, and I'll jump back to you when the gun's warmed up and I can start work. So how about that? Okay, we're back. My desoldering gun is warmed up. And let's see if we can get this off. Okay, I'm going to stop for a moment. I'm going to let that cool down. I'm going to change the tips. Tip's a little big for these pins. I want it to be around the pin so it sucks the solder out clean. I needed the bigger ones for these metal brackets, but I need my smaller tip. Okay, I'm back. Got the tip changed. Got the gun heated up. We're ready to start working on getting these off. So let's okay, let's see how we've done here. Check each pin, make sure it's loose. If it's not, we hit her again. Otherwise, we don't want to start trying to pull this thing out with pins attached. We don't want to damage our pad, so if we can put a little pressure and she pops loose, that's great. If not, we got to come back and work on it. I'm not happy with that one right there. Okay. Now, this should be able to come off now. Oh, I missed two. I missed one here. One there. Okay. I missed 2 of the. Let me see if I can just get it off with a soldering iron without having to wait for that to cool down to change the tip again. Get that metal bracket to go down. There. Look at that. Now, I can clean these out if I want to with this. It's still in there. That's why I can't clean him out. He's still in there. I had to work on getting him out of there. There. Okay, so there's our VFD. It's time to install this. Got to solder a couple wires in first. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in here. He's still good. Now, this is going to go in like this. But we first have to solder a couple wires. What we want to do is lay the board over this way. And we have to solder the red to this capacitor right here. And I think I'm going to put just a drop of flux there to make sure I can do that reasonably. Let's all right, you'll hear my fan. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to get a little solder on this capacitor right here. Okay, now solder the negative wire to this hole right here. As such, I want you to run the wire down around like this. And then put your LED display in place. Okay, so my wire down there looking. Okay. Now what they want is they want to make sure, they say they want you to make sure this is down against the headers for this ribbon cable, and to tack a couple spots with it down good on this side first. Okay. And then they want to make sure that you get it's sticking out the same amount on this side. Well, I have to go with that and say that's about where it's going to be. Alrighty, let's get this thing soldered in. Okay, that's soldered up. I'm going to clean up a little flux here. All right, that's cleaned up a little 99.9 Inspiril. I need to do some cleaning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the faceplate. I'm going to clean the lens cover. I'm going to clean the buttons up, and then I'll be back and we'll assemble this. No reason to have you sit here and watch me clean everything. So let me clean it. I'll be back. Okay, so got the faceplate cleaned up nice. I went ahead and glued the broke little ear. I'm allowing that to dry. Got some Inspiril alcohol, and I'm cleaning the buttons. You can see there's little black smudges and stuff on the buttons. I'm getting that all cleaned up. And then once I'm done with this, I've got my polishing kit out. My Novus polishing kit. I'm going to polish this acrylic sheet for the front. So let me finish cleaning these buttons up. It'll take a little while. I'll come back. Okay, I got the buttons all cleaned up. Now I've got my Chemtex cleaning cloths, optical cleaning cloths. And I've got my Novus kit out. I'm going to try to do this with the fine stuff, the fine scratch remover, without using the heavy scratch remover, because the heavy scratch remover will put like fine scratches in it. These are pretty fine. There's a couple that are more than that. And what I'm going to do is make sure I don't get near the words. I don't want to take any of the paint off. So I've kind of got it locked up here. Got the lens polished and popped back in. You can see here, I think it looks pretty darn good. I mean, short of a new one, I don't know how much better you get. I guess we're kind of ready to reassemble this rascal. We need to get the buttons back in. Okay, we'll say that's good. And I think before we do a bunch of hooking up and going crazy, why don't we screw in screws in for the faceplate stuff? Let's go ahead and plug this thing and make sure it works. Go ahead, tighten up this screw that had me loosen on the board up here. All right, now we should be able to power this up and hopefully get a blue display. So let's cross our fingers. Okay. Going hot. Fans running, still noisy. Cross your fingers. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, I see blue. Lots of blue. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Let's feed it a 10 megahertz signal from the TPS-DO. Look at that. Stone cold is 2.6, 2.7 hertz off. Yep, I like it. I like it. It's pretty. It's bright. It's easy to read. All right, we got to finish putting this screen back together. Get these on. I think I'm going to hold up and tighten them until I get these screws in. Okay, now let's tighten these up. All right, there we are. One thing down, a whole bunch more to do yet. We're going to call that a success. I'm going to stop here. I'll pick up at the next project on the next video. And thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned a little something. And most of all, I hope to see you in the next video where we'll keep going with this thing.